I'm going to say that, and I think this could be said of anything in life, sometimes you have no control over the things that happen. Um, Disappointments would probably be the delay of the riverfront, but yet we have come and brought that back. As far as accomplishments, there have been many, and the good news was, I'd have to say, frankly, the biggest one, and this is where I was lucky. Everybody knows how City Hall was 4 years ago, well, actually 3.5 years ago, into 4 years ago. And it was tiring, it was exhausting, it was embarrassing, and it really did hurt the city as far as businesses coming here, residents coming here. We heard that. And the turnaround is right now, yes, it's good that we got a strong economy, but the real good turnaround is Wausau is an exciting place to come to. We hear from people all the time of different ages that say it's a wonderful community. We never knew this existed before. Businesses are coming here. We're marketing Wausau to attract those business professionals and residents. And I've said this before, everybody here is welcome. And that's something that we've really tried to push. I guess the one thing that I'm kind of pleased with, and I don't want to be humble when I say this, but yes, I did set a tone and manner when I first came into office, because let's face it, this place was a mess. We had too many bad things going on, too many negative outcomes. And it isn't like that anymore. The best thing that I keep hearing from you folks in the media and from residents is how boring we are. But when I say boring, it's in a good way. People know what's happening. The message is getting out. Really, Wausau is on the cusp of something really special. And different things coming up with the census and everything. We hear nothing but good things. Again, for 2 years now, we've had record economic development and job success and creation. We've got construction going on all over. We have businesses interested. The business campus off on Highway O is another thing that we're proud of, because, you know, we're developing our riverfront, and things again are moving in the right positive direction. And when you really think about it, there hasn't been too many negative things going on with the city. We have our issues like other towns, but we are trying to address and work with them and work with everybody, no matter who they are, in order to make the city of Wausau a better place. So overall, I would say, you know, as far as setting that tone and manner, I got lucky in the sense that, you know, I think everybody, be it the city council, city staff, department heads, residents, everybody was just tired and exhausted of everything that had been done negatively before. I don't want to say it was all me, but I did set a tone and manner, and I think everybody bought into that, where we do work better together, more collaboratively, much better communication. You guys pretty much know what we do. We haven't had any major issues with the media or anything like that. I've actually been told by most of you can't believe how accessible we are. I joke when I say this, even the police have said I'm a little too accessible. That's, you know, once or twice that might be right, but in all seriousness, the city of Wausau is really moving forward in the better, positive direction. And the things that are coming here, as I said when we dedicated the park here, the riverfront, a month or so ago, the city of Wausau is about to be transformed. It will not look like it is now between the downtown area and also the riverfront. We've addressed issues that languish for years, be it with our infrastructure. Yes, nobody likes debt, but now is the time to do it, and I've been fortunate enough in working with the city council. They understand that. The city is really going in the right direction. You consider these investments, if you will. Businesses look at this stuff when they come to town. They look at how you take care of your facilities, how the people interact with one another. And over the last 3.5 years, it's been night and day. And I just want to keep that tradition going. And again, we do work well together. I don't want to embarrass anybody. I have an excellent relationship with our council president and the city council in general, and city staff. We're moving forward in the right direction. That's probably something I think I'm most proud of at this time.
Mayor,
Other questions?
Your opponent has been pushing for a strategic plan. If you're reelected, do you plan on also pursuing a strategic plan?
That's a good question, because my comprehensive plan, which was updated since 2005, basically kind of is the same thing. There's things that we could probably be doing, but over the last 3 years, it's not like we've just sat there. I brought out over 11 to 12 different new plans and things that needed to be updated. I guess it's something we could look at, sure.
What's your policy going to be going forward for environmental testing?
It depends on the situation. As I said last week at Parks and Rec, And that's something that's been shown as we have been open and transparent and trying to work. And even Tom Killian and the members of that group have said, you know, this is something you guys have inherited. You've at least listened to us and addressed it. And we do listen to residents. We do hear what they have to say. The answers sometimes may not be what they want, but again, we still listen to what they have to say and their concerns that are brought forward. And answer your question, we've done testing before. We'll see what happens going over there by Riverside Park, excuse me. I said that last week. I'm open-minded, but if it doesn't have to happen where the city of Wausau pays for it, because we did not create that situation. That's the environment that's been down there for 60 to 70 years. And I think it's a little too early right now to do testing here in the fall, waiting for a report that we're going to get from Mielke and the DNR in November. If it's determined that we have to contribute to it, that's fine. But really, I would rather have Mielke pay for that because we did not create that situation. And again, we have been told that we've addressed their concerns. And the DNR has actually said in regards to Thomas Street, the city's gone above and beyond as far as what we were required to do. So we have listened and we have tried to help.
Do you think that a Mielke test will be sufficient since they're only testing one area, one spot in the park?
That'll be determined by the Parks and Rec Commission or committee and then ultimately by finance. That's further down the road. But I know that at least we've listened, which might not have been the case before. Other questions?
Why this decision to stay as mayor of Wausau?
You know, I kind of got into this last time by accident. At that time, I was a city council president and just trying to get everybody together to unify. At that time, I was figuring I'd do one more term and that'd be it, because I do believe in term limits. So when I did ran, you know, it was kind of funny. People came, we heard from several hundred people, literally with about 2.5 weeks left in the nomination process at that time. Run, Rob, run, you'll win. And I'm like, maybe I can do this. And I think it's been shown that I can. As to why we continue, I genuinely love this city. I care about its future. I care about its residents. That's been shown. You may not like or agree with me, but at least I've always been honest, and I've always worked with everybody. We're onto a really good thing here in the last couple of years. Frankly, not just myself, but as I mentioned before, city staff, the city council, all of us have really worked hard to change that image of what we had here a few years ago. And again, we're really going in the right positive direction. Again, the 3 Ps. It's been peaceful, it's been positive, and it's progressive. There's a lot of hard work done by a lot of people, and I'd like to continue that for another 4 years.
I know you mentioned that you believe in terms, but was there ever a second that you considered stepping down?
Well, you go back and forth, and I don't want to embarrass my wife. And for the record, my wife is a saint. And I know I'm going to embarrass her, but I'd be lost without her. No, you know, it went back and forth. I say this respectfully to others. I didn't see the need to announce a year in advance, and that's not meant as a criticism or a jab or anything negative. You know, and like I said, I teased Lisa Rasmussen this morning. Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going to run for Duffy's seat, but it's not true, by the way. But boy, tough crowd, I tell you. But seriously, it is something that I do truly care about. I think that shows as the ambassador and cheerleader of the city. And if I've made one mistake the last couple of years, I probably should spend more time with my family. Just last week I was at a Parks and Rec meeting where I spoke, and they asked, you know, well, we know who you are, but state your name and your address. I said, Robert Mielke, 407 Grant Street, because basically I do live here. But that's in a good way. I mean, again, there's days it could be a challenge, but most people I deal with are absolutely wonderful, or at least reasonable and rational. And if you talk to people in a very honest, direct, but respectful way, they get it. And sometimes people don't like being told no, but I hear more and more from just about everybody that, you know, they can sense this positive vibe and that things are going the right way. And that's what we want to continue doing. Hope that answers your question.
Perfect.
Anybody else? Go ahead. Hi.
Hi. Can you comment on the other 2 candidates who have entered
I know them, I like them, we've always gotten along. We'll see what happens.
Are you worried about a serious challenge from Katie Rosenberg?
Well, you're always worried. I mean, do I sit there and fret about it? I don't want to go that far, but out of respect, you know, sure, you always wonder how things are going to work out. But again, I think most residents and those in the business and educational communities, they realize the progress that we've made. You know, I want to be humble sounding when I say this, but the record kind of speaks for itself here in the last 3.5 years. The other thing too, this is the earliest that people have ever announced. Usually this doesn't happen until after Thanksgiving, and that's fine. But I don't know if worry would be the right word, but you know, sure, you kind of wonder. And like I said, I like and I respect both Chris and Katie, and we'll see what happens. Anything else from anybody? Again, thank you everybody for coming out today. I truly